chairs up just a tad, maybe. And then, okay, so you're live, I'm live. Okay, perfect.
We're live.
We are live. Hi there. We're just getting set up, sharing on all cameras. So give us just a few minutes and then we are going to dig into the conversation.
Hey, Anthony Stone.
Hi, Anthony. How you doing?
How's it going?
Anthony? Hey,
Anthony. Go
way back. Hey, Anthony from way back when.
Just Kim Gagne. That's our boy. He's our big brother.
Okay, I love it.
We got a lot of
Hey, big bro. Oh boy. I know about those kind of big brothers and friends. Hey, whoever was there, y'all can come back just a second. We are just making sure all the cameras are set up and ready to roll.
Hey, Daryl Crawford.
Hey,
Avery. Thanks for joining us.
Okay, so I'm here and I'm going to now share into my personal page, more to a friend's page.
Great.
Let's see.
We've got some good chat for you guys.
Great
conversation.
We do. Every time I try to do this, hold on guys, we just, while y'all are loading up and joining.
Who else got coming on? Hey, Queens. You're just so incredible. Congratulations on your new book, Avery.
Yes, that is a huge accomplishment because he's a very well-published author. Absolutely. I am trying to share on my personal page. You know what I do? Probably, because I was trying to do it on IG as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But that's that one. I know it's the same as that where your people will tune in. I'm just gonna do live on Instagram because I didn't do the last time. Baby, you have a chance. You share my She Date Savvy to my Tara page.
Absolutely.
You can do it to my page, or should it be the other way around? Should I have done it from Tara Stidham and you would have been able to share it?
Live under your name or under She Date Savvy?
Under She Date Savvy. Should I do it the other way around?
It doesn't matter. Just if you do it under She Date Savvy, you share it to your page so people, your friends, listen.
Hope it's not letting me do that. I'm sorry, y'all. As we're letting hi there,
I
Rosalind.
won't be able to share it
To my personal page.
I can have access to your page, but if She Date Savvy is doing it.
Nope, I'm just gonna go live for my personal as well. Hold on, I'm gonna see if Instagram lets me. Hi, Instagram. This is my first time going live on Instagram. So anyway, you ready, Nettie?
I'm ready.
Somebody said bring them on camera. I was like, wait, they can't see us on the camera. Now, if nobody
see
comes,
us on here?
no, they can.
Oh,
Here, I'm gonna do this. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just go. Oh, somebody did go there. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. We try to set all this stuff up and then we're always like at the last minute. It's really me. It's really me.
It's live video.
It's really me. Okay, so.
Hey, Linnell Harris. How are you?
All right, I'm ready. I'm going live from my Instagram because I did Instagram as well. Oh, we're going there. Okay, y'all. For everyone who is here and who can see us, please share it with a friend or tell someone you love that we are here for Vino and Amore. Let's see. Just wondering. Okay, so there are people now. Okay, so everybody there? Can they see us now? I think they can see us.
Hello.
If you can see us, let us know you can see us and you can hear us, and then we will get started.
So it's been a while.
Nettie, it's been many months and moons and hairstyle changes and y'all, Nettie has a consistent look, and see for me it gets lighter and lighter and lighter. For me, I'm like, you just might catch me with a ponytail to the side, and that's what we're serving up today. What's wrong, man? I told you this is a sit-down type of dress, and you as always.
Well, let's get to chatting.
Yes. So this is Vino and Amore. And it's pretty simple. It's two girlfriends, some good conversation, some good wine. And Nettie, I told you, I just picked the wine based on the bottle. So I I don't know, but it was a pretty I don't pick men this way, you know what I mean? Because ladies, we shouldn't date this way. You know how it's like, oh, but it just look good. You gotta have some substance. So I really don't know what it's gonna taste like, but I do think we should try it. It says it's a rosé.
I know. I was going to say it's a rosé. It is a beautiful bottle, and it looks like it's a really.
It looks fancy.
So we're going to go ahead and try it.
It's fancy. So we'll be drinking from that bottle tonight. But we are also going to be diving into what has been a big old hot topic nationally. And that is the story of talk show host Wendy Williams and her husband and his alleged affair, alleged love child, and all that. So that's what we'll be talking about tonight. But see, Nettie, we've been gone for a while, right?
Yes.
And since we've been gone, somebody put a note in our wine bag. Yeah, did y'all know y'all can send us notes to the wine bag and we'll actually answer them here live. So I'm reading this one tonight, Nettie, and we promise not to stay so long for the next one. So it's okay. So she says the guy I've been spending time with. She says not sure that we're really dating. She says we've never had any physical contact. She says, but he says the reason that we haven't progressed is because he's military and wants to move to another state when he's done. He knows that that will be difficult for us when the time comes for him to leave. Is this nonsense or is he directly leading me on? Nettie, what you say?
Well, the first question is, does that work for you? Regardless of what he's saying, I think, you have to ask yourself, does this work for me? And I think a lot of women focus on what the guy says, what his parameters are, what his restrictions are, what's good for him, what his goals are, where he's going, and that's fine. You'll be a good listener. And I mean, you can say, I hear you.
Like, that's cool.
And I see that's where you are, but the question is, where are you? And then the other part of that is, if you're not where he is, and that's not really what you want, then you can kind of decide on your own. I think it's way too much energy and time trying to figure out what somebody else is doing. Right. I think the energy and time should be figuring out what it is you want. Is this it? And does this work within the realm of what it is you are doing at that time in your life?
And I think for me, it's simple. He's already told you. Don't go trying to make something making it into something it's not. Right. He told you, I don't want to do this because of this reason. Yeah. And what we do is we go start trying to find, is this just nonsense or is he leaving me? He's actually being super direct. He's not being indirect at all. He's being very direct with you. So stop trying to write this narrative in your head about, oh, well, maybe he really means this. Right. And he told you what he meant.
Unfortunately, I see that a lot in my practice.
We do that.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I think he means translated. He says, I don't want to see you anymore. And we go, what does that really mean? You think it like meant today? Or like forever?
Forever. Like you don't want to see you no more. So ladies, don't go out there trying to make something into what it's not. Especially because for her, she had the benefit of what a lot of ladies don't have, and that is communication. A lot of times we walk away and we're like, he won't tell me anything. I'm trying to figure it out, decode, decipher. He told you straight up, direct.
The other part, that's not a bad thing.
No,
it's not a bad thing, and it does not mean that this person is not necessarily not interested in you. That's just where they are. Right. And I think a lot of times we personalize.
Oh, of course.
And so it's like, okay, what's wrong with me? What did I say? What did I do?
And why is he avoiding me? When it's just like, no, he just told you what's happening and working for his. And obviously, you're not a part of those plans, so stop trying to insert yourself. Let it be. Let it be. So, like I said, if you have any questions, I promise you it will not be 6 months until we are together again for VINO Amore. This is our wine bag. Put your little note all up in here. Send your question, and we'll get to it. So let's get to the topic of the day.
Yes.
So I am going to play news reporter. Okay. And I'm going to bring everybody up to speed. So for those people who do not know, who are not aware, who've not heard of Wendy Williams, who've not heard of the story, I'm going to do a really quick synopsis of what's going on, up to speed, and then we dig in, girl. Because it's a good one, and it's a good one in the sense of, like I said in our original post, not to be shady, and not for entertainment but when we talked about it, we were like, wait a minute, girl, somebody living this today. And so that's what
Somebody's are, yes.
bodies,
Yes.
some people's,
Yeah.
right? Many. So I have my notes here.
All right, let's
I'm gonna read it.
Yeah.
So, and I'm a fan. Like I really like her. I like her hustle. I like her. I like her a lot. I think she's a very smart businesswoman. And I know, people might, well, the husband built it with her. Guess what? She's been that poster child in front.
She's the face of
she's the face of. She owns her name. That's
yes,
her
she
name.
does.
Okay. So in 2017, the Daily Mail exposed an alleged affair that her husband was having with a woman. I'm not gonna name anybody because guess what? I don't want nobody coming after me because it's all alleged. Okay. So 2017, this comes out. They allege that he's had a 10-year affair. They don't just write this; they have pictures. Yeah. They have a shared mailbox. They allegedly had lived together. Okay, it was not no hit it and quit it. They were together. They were okay. They were a couple. Yeah, they were a couple, allegedly. And then when that came out, and it's plastered all over. So I believe at that time when he made a comment like, all is well, with me and my husband in my house,
Understandably so. She's in the public eye. This is about my TV show.
Absolutely.
Let's get to
There's a lot of money on the line. There's a lot of stuff on the line. So that was it. Then at the beginning of the year, Wendy came back and there was a day where she'd gotten hurt. And so then there's a day she's on TV and she's talking and people like saying she's slurring her speech, right? And the next thing you know, she goes off for a while and then she comes back and she finally says, look, I've been dealing with some things. And she was off for an extended period of time. When she comes back, she reveals that she's living in a sober home. Now, what was interesting to me when she said that, I was like, hey, why would she reveal this? But I now know it's because she's trying to get ahead of the story. Because the story not only was out about her living in the sober home, they had an even bigger bomb to drop. That husband was now still in love with this woman and that they were having a baby. So end of March. So we go from just an affair, we go from just an address together to a baby. Yeah. As people say, a whole baby.
not
half baby, a whole baby gone. So now there's a baby involved. And at this point, according to reports, she goes off on the deep end, right? So she goes from just being in a sober home to there was an alleged drinking binge where she's found, she's been drinking. And then even still, somewhere in there, she comes on the show and she makes a comment about, that's my husband. And until you see me with my ring off, then we good over here. Marriages are hard. We've got 20 years in the game. And then finally, in recent weeks, the divorce is filed. She publicly comments about she is working on a better life for herself and her son. Okay. So that in a nutshell, what's going on. So
that's a lot.
That's a lot. That's a whole bunch of lot. So if anybody's keeping up with the story, if you've heard the story before and you know it, let us know, especially if I missed anything. But again, I didn't want to go into all the details. It's just an overview. So Nadine, now I want to backtrack. Okay. Comes out, husband is having an affair. Not just any affair, but a whole public one. Because there are pictures, there's a lot of stuff.
Their vacation.
Everything. It's like it's a life. It's not just not a fling.
No.
Oh my God, that's a whole nother conversation. Like,
it's just not
can women? It's just not a fling.
It's just not
can women deal with the fling easier or better than they can with the whole affair? Because that right there.
That.
And I'm gonna make the drink
we need to do a show
on that. Okay, so we're gonna write that down. We'll talk about that next.
Yeah.
So let's talk about what was the beginning. To me, what sounded like a lot of denial. Right. How do we find ourselves there? Like, it's in your face.
Well, I think,
get us some wine, y'all.
One of the things I think is important to recognize is everybody handles things very differently, number one. Number two, we don't always know what to do. And I think we were chatting a little bit before we got started, and I share with people now, once you go looking for something, you know how you have that intuitive kind of thing going on, you feel like something's not quite right. You may not know what it is, and that's okay that you don't know what it is, but you just know something's not right. Now, when you go looking for it, right, or
Men,
you know,
guys, fellas, look
be
too.
prepared.
Yeah.
Right, be prepared that you might find something that makes you uncomfortable. Now, the real question is, what are you going to do with the information? And so, well, now, I guess we should have been more prepared for that one. Made a big splash. So,
It's not this. I need a production assistant to the set, please. Production assistant, baby. Did I break anything? It didn't. I didn't break no.
it didn't go all the way up.
Y'all.
It didn't go.
Oh my God. Anyway, so like you said, I'm not gonna go looking for that top because I don't know where it is. I think this was champagne. I didn't grab the wine. I think.
So, we're going and looking for things.
Mm-hmm.
Being prepared for what it is you find. And then the other part about that is, what is it, what are you gonna do with it? What are you gonna do with the information? And I don't think a lot of women or men are prepared to do whatever it is. And then it becomes very emotional, right? And very challenging. So, I'm sorry, you want to say something?
So I was gonna say, is it easier for us to deny it when it's just us?
Well, I don't know that it's denial. I think it is.
Or not deal with it?
I think it is wrapping your head around what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and for some people, it could be that it's easier to think that it's something else. You see what I'm saying? In other words, well, maybe, well, because you don't want to, and I guess that is a form of denial.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, are you really ready and prepared to do something?
Right.
And so that's what I think a lot of people are faced with. Am I really prepared? You know,
To deal with it and do something with it. Because it's right there. Kim, we gotta call you back. Kim texted, especially if it's an emergency. Let us know if it's a problem, like if you can't hear us or something, but I don't see anyone saying that. Hey, Jetta.
We're having a glass open. We haven't even had a sip yet.
Kevin, you are a mess. Kathy said when I was a flight attendant, I knew how to open a bottle of champagne. Listen, let me
She
tell
thought
you,
it was sparkling wine.
I know I don't drink. Y'all know I don't drink a lot. And I was trying to be cool for the show. And I was
want
going
to
to
see
have
if
a
it's good.
Let's see. Cheers, darling.
It's bubbly.
It's bubbly.
It's good.
I like a little sweet, but it's
I don't like sweet, but this is good.
so that's good for Natty.
Looking nice. Hey.
Hey, Georgia.
Okay. That's
So you said it may not be denial, but we have to be prepared that when we go looking.
Well, okay. What I'm saying is,
Because this was dropped on her front porch. This is what I wonder. Because of the way the relationship is structured, meaning high power relationship, he's her manager, there's a lot of money involved.
Yeah.
Part of me feels like, was this a business arrangement where she had agreed that what you do, but this, we're going to keep a united front and a united face. But then when it became so public, it's hard to, you can't keep your side of the agreement because you're not.
Let me tell you something. This is whether it is celebrity marriages or relationships or just your every average Joe and Jane relationship.
Jane and Joe, yeah.
Everybody's different.
Yeah.
Relationships are different. What is your what is the agreement? What is it that you guys have with one another? And what works for you may not work for the other person. Now, this is the deal. I wonder how much of what she shared is more for the public, because that is such a personal and intimate and private thing. And so until she makes up her mind that she's ready to exit, I don't necessarily know if it was denial. She may have gotten off the set and went in her dressing room or whatever and cried her eyes out, knowing that this is tearing me up. But the united front that she has to take in the public eye because of her name, because of her brand, is to have a united front. I stand and I support my spouse, until I don't know her. Right. I'm just saying, until I'm ready to do peace out. And that is smart on her part.
Yeah, because she
That is
owns
very
you
smart.
own your own story. Like you
On
own
her
your own.
terms.
It's on your own
Absolutely.
terms. Now you said something interesting about you just said about couples having their own agreements. Do you find that people are making agreements going in, or that these change throughout a marriage, or how does that?
Yeah.
Because
Well,
that's an interesting. I'm not making no agreement.
well, but you know what? But you know what? Sometimes the
You
agreements,
know what I mean.
the agreements are just kind of they're created in a relationship and they're unspoken.
Yeah.
So should that
love that.
couple decide to get married, it's what it has been.
Yeah.
And then the other part of the other side of that is, yeah, sometimes they do sit down and they do have that agreement. And you know, a lot of people don't have the traditional, marriages.
Right.
A lot of people have arrangements.
Yeah.
You know, some couples are, one lives in one country and the other. I mean, they're just whatever
Right. And it's like
works
whatever
for you.
works for you.
Whatever
works for you.
Yeah.
So whether or not this was working for them truly or not, so that was the first story that came on, that he was having an affair, that there was the whole zip code and they lived together. And then this year comes the bigger,
Yeah.
that now there's a baby. How does something like a baby coming into a situation, marriage,
Yes.
for sure, how does that change things? Because now I don't have to deal with you and your affair.
Right.
I'm not a kid.
Well, I think there are these whole things in relationship. What are game changers?
Yes.
What is it?
Y'all saw that bottle pop?
changes?
That would change the game over here.
What is a no deal? What is
Yeah.
a, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, this is the
I
end of
can't
the world.
do that.
Peace
Yeah.
out. And that may be it, but I can understand how that can change. Now, the other part of that is, in my practice, I see all kinds of stuff. It's an opportunity for people to come together and just decide, what it is, and
Yeah.
keep moving.
Yeah.
And so what does that mean? That means that person was intimate with somebody else outside of the marriage, they got married, they got a baby. What you gonna do? And grown folk can sit down and make that decision. Now, this is the deal. What does that mean moving forward? What do you define that as meaning? And, how did that all, unfold? I think each situation is unique in its own. And I know a lot of people probably go, but you never know until you
Right, you don't know, because I was sitting
in that
here very
situation.
much so saying, oh God, like, and I know that I don't want to deal with something like that.
Yes,
That would
a lot.
not be, that's a lot. Like, if you were forgiven for cheating, that it changes the dynamic, because although you would love that child, you still remember every time you see that.
But see, this is the deal. This is what I tell people. The cheating is not about you, it's about the person.
Of course.
It is about the other person. So
But I gotta remember every time I see your little knucklehead kid coming out here to say, "Hi, Daddy."
With
Yeah,
Shamoka.
yes, exactly. You had a whole baby with her, and now you taking. That's the part I think for me, that just it intensifies and like it makes it way more real, because I think that you can put your blinders on to a lot of stuff, and I think we do it all the time.
You know what I tell some clients? Don't walk around with somebody else's shame. So see,
Okay,
his
unpack that.
his baby out of wedlock is his baby.
Oh
Why
my
you carrying
God.
his shame?
So now, wait, can you point him out? Yeah, that's his baby, because he had that with Tina and that.
Yeah, that's his shame. Why do you walk around carrying it? So now, because he did these things, you walk around feeling this anger, resentment.
Oh my
and-
God.
Yeah.
Maybe you're gonna free the people. Hold on. I need 2
Now, I'm
minutes
not
on this.
saying.
No,
I'm
not on that.
permission,
But
but
I'm just saying there's so much in life of his shame that we carry.
it is his.
Let him have it.
It's called giving it back.
Who needs to release someone else's shame? If you do know right now, release their shame. That's their shame, not yours.
You know how many people, and of course I'm saying women, it would work the other way around.
Yeah.
Because
It
I'm
happens.
I can't believe he did this. I can't believe. I'm so embarrassed. And I said,
I
why
say it
are
all the
you
time.
embarrassed
You didn't do
about somebody else's action? But everybody knew except me. Everybody didn't know. Maybe some people knew. And the fact that you didn't know, that's okay, but you know now. And so that has nothing to do with why you should be embarrassed, right, for somebody else's action.
Oh my God.
Words are so powerful, but when you start to really sit back and what is it that I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
really
why am I
true.
embarrassed? I didn't do anything.
Yeah, well, wait, hold on.
So, okay, so that's the baby. So that's his shame. I'm carrying that around.
Right.
So now, in a case like Wendy's, where she's decided,
I'm out.
Peace
out. I've got it there. That's enough.
So what are those next steps for women in in that position? Because again, we've gone through all the other stuff, whether you work through the denial, whether you let go of embarrassment and shame that wasn't yours to carry anyway, and now you've finally gotten to the front door and you said, I'm walking out to the other side. What are some of the things that I guess they also should be mindful of? Like, it's gonna come up again. Like, you're working with a lot, you're dealing with a lot.
So, you know, one of the things I think is important is to not make a decision where you're emotionally charged. And so,
but that's how we run, baby.
I know. That's what we got to do.
Well, I love that.
You got to get it together because you got to get your constitution right. You got to talk to yourself. You got to say, okay, so what we gonna do?
So,
yeah. And so,
what's the plan?
What's the plan? And it needs to be strategic because you need to know that you know that you know.
Yeah.
I'm ready to roll out. And you need to prepare to do that and not just go out on a limb. And so a lot of times,
that girl who, well, I don't want to be judgmental, but don't be going on a Monday and then by Thursday, and then you got everybody over there helping you pack up and you ready and we leaving. And girl, yes, I got you. I support you. You're my friend. And then come Thursday, we working it out. Listen, I'm not mad at you, but I'm not coming back again with my trailer. I'm just not, because it's like, yeah.
you need the time.
Get your constitution.
You need the time, and you also need to plan, and not just plan how you make your exit, but I think the emotional part, so that you can make decisions with clarity. If you're choosing to separate, what does that look like? What does that mean? What's the purpose of separation?
Yeah.
And I think I don't encourage people to separate unless there's physical domestic violence. I really don't. Maybe go to your own quarter.
Yeah.
If you have the ability, you stay in one person, but to physically leave the house. I don't necessarily think that is the ideal, but every situation is different.
Right.
So, but I don't really encourage that.
That is unless they know for a fact that I'm out.
Yeah.
Okay.
That I'm ready to roll this out. And so unless it's really violent, but once you do that, to be able to decide what's next for me.
Yeah.
I need to do some inner healing because you're responsible for that regardless of what another person has said or done.
Yeah.
And then start to say, okay, these are the decisions that I'm making. So a lot of times people will say, I don't know why she stayed so long. You don't know why she stayed so long. Maybe that's what she needed. I did a workshop years ago, and this lady said she was married for 35 years. 35 years, and then she got a divorce. And so
I talk to so many women. I have clients who are those women.
Yeah. After we finished, after the event, she pulled me aside and she said, I don't know why I stayed as long as I did. I said, because you needed to know that you know. And if it was 35 years for you
to get you,
that is what you needed.
Exactly.
And so everybody is different. And so why she stayed so long is because she needed to stay so long. So when she left, she knew she was ready to go.
That is so good. So it's like, don't judge someone else's journey because you just don't know. Like, you just don't know. And until you know that you really, really know.
Because what happens is
you get out there,
you pack.
And Thursday, I'm ready, I'm gone, and then Thursday you back over there, and then everybody looking at you crazy because you want to come off for dinner come Sunday.
Now, Wendy Williams and her husband, they get together.
Right,
And
exactly.
And this is the deal. It'll be a happily ever after show.
I think that for her,
they can even do a reality show where they raise the kids together.
I think that for her, it has to be just what it is, which is the split. Like, because so many people are now supporting that. Because if not, you're gonna look disingenuous, right? Because she hasn't owned. She's just now barely owning what everyone else has been able to see and judge.
Owning it publicly.
Owning it publicly. Yes. And well, when we say that, one of the things she said on the show one day was that her being in the sober home, and she says, my parents and my family don't even know this. And we kind of chatted a little bit on the phone about things that we hide in these relationships and that we protect. And I don't know, like, are there things that you know, we have this whole like what goes on here stays here, but what should finally go to a good girlfriend or someone or a therapist and say, look, this is not cool. Like I'm dealing with some stuff.
Yeah, I think, people are very different. Everybody's different. Everybody handles stress differently. Everybody handles challenges differently. And so a lot of times, people will often just go and isolate. Isolate. And I think the attempt is not to just isolate, but to just try to figure things out. I just need my own time. I just need to be in my head. I need to figure out what's going on. And a lot of times they don't know. So it's like, I know, but I don't know what I want to do. I know, and I don't, and again, shame.
Yes, Carrie, someone else's shame.
I don't want to call and tell Tara, because then Tara's going to think this, and this.
And
then you're worried about all this instead of really.
And then we carry so much. Like that is a lot of a burden to carry on yourself. Especially when you have people around you who do care about you.
The other part is, are you the go-to girl? So now if everybody's coming to her, and we don't know this, right? If everybody is coming to her, she's the go-to girl. She makes it happen. She fixes things. She writes a check. She makes a phone call. And so now it's kind of, and a lot of women say that, it's like, I'm the person who everybody comes to, even the parents, the mom and the dad, the siblings, everybody. And so who do I go to? Right. And so the part is, maybe she didn't tell them because
she knew, like,
or of all people, I don't call these people.
Right.
I mean, I don't know, because I don't know anything about her, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I think there may be reasons why. And then the other part is, her decision to go to a sober home was probably a challenge, but it's really courageous. And she did this completely by herself.
Right.
Or, you know what, we'd like to believe our family is closest to us, but it could be people that are in the rafters, the people in the back, and it could have been somebody she worked with closely every day that she confided in
And said, and we got her.
You never know, but I'm a Wendy fan. I'm a Wendy fan, and I like her. But I am just saying, I think situations are just unique and different.
You get to the point where you need to go to the sober home because that's a whole nother challenge. Because now you are if you move past the denial, now you totally accepted it in a way that you got to self-medicate to try to deal.
I would imagine after all of these things, if you're not using your tools, if you're not using coping skills, and I tell people all the time, the coping skills you had 5 years ago may not be effective anymore.
Yeah.
So you got to change them up a little bit. And so with all of the things going on and things mounting, and my understanding was she had some type of injury.
Yeah.
And so because of the injury and pain medication, and so sometimes that, unfortunately, for people that have addictions, kind of reintroduces
all
substances,
those,
and it makes it a lot easier for them to kind of go back into using or I don't know what her drug or alcohol choice was, but what her story is. But that probably wasn't the best thing for her.
Right.
Yeah. So it's unfortunate, but I do know that when the heart is broken, or when the heart is damaged, it definitely affects us emotionally.
Yeah.
It affects us psychologically, financially. And so,
we gotta heal that thing.
we've got to guard it. We've got to protect it. And when I say guard your heart, I talk to women about that all the time. That does not mean, it does not mean
there is a fine line, because I meet the ones who have guarded it so tightly that nobody can even get near it. There's a 10-foot wall there. So when you say guard it, tell them in your best way, explain to them what that means without them locking it down, throwing away the key for ever.
Well, the only person that misses out is you. So when I say, when I talk to my clients and say guard your heart, it's just basically means to be wise, and to take your time. And you experience something that you would define as love, embrace it, acknowledge it, experience it, and move through it. Now that may be what you experienced on Monday. Okay. On Friday, it's gone. I can't say that's true love, but whatever it is for you, that's what you call it. Then, doesn't mean that Monday.
He loved me on a Monday, but come Friday, it wasn't the
But
same.
it doesn't mean that
Yeah.
Monday you didn't experience what you experienced. And that's the part that I believe.
That's the part we miss out on because we want to go to Friday's experience and we just get stuck there instead
So
of.
everything
Yeah.
at this point has been a lie. So Monday was a lie.
No, Monday was not a lie. It's
You
just like
experienced
Friday.
it, and that's what you get. And so Friday is another day, you're in another space, or whatever it is you're experiencing. But what does that have to do with your heart?
It is better to have love and lost than to never have lost. It is that simple.
It is that.
It is absolutely that simple. So,
And the other part is love is not a feeling. It's
Nettie, you keep dropping these bombs and they're like, well, what that mean, Nettie? What that mean?
well, love is when you're sick and you need somebody to wipe your butt.
Baby, listen, all of that.
It's about action.
It is absolutely
It's
an
not
action
about, and
word. It's
don't
not
get me
about
wrong,
feelings.
the romance, see, I think we get romance and love mixed up. We get things, the gifts, the trinkets.
That's a whole nother
That's
show.
romance.
Yeah.
That's not love. Love is action. And it's something that is always, it's ongoing. You know, we love our children. It's unconditional. You know, so I can still love you, your action.
Yes.
But this is what I believe. The most difficult thing to do is to love somebody exactly where they are. That's all. When you see a person in their just exactly as they are, and you say, I love you. That's hard.
Yeah.
But that's love.
That is what it is.
That's
That's not. I'm not trying to fix you, change you, understand.
It's easy
you.
to
It
love
is
somebody
what
when
it is.
they're at their best.
Yeah.
But when they're at their worst, you can say,
Just as you are.
Yeah. I know.
Wow. This has been quite heavy and deep and good. I think that that people have a lot of stuff that they can actually draw from. You know, no matter where they are in their relationship. So maybe it's not the public scandal, but maybe there are pieces and parts of what happened to Wendy, and that's why we use her story. There are pieces and parts that everyone kind of pull from. And you know, and that's why we wanted to share. Yeah, that's why we wanted to share this. So we thank you all for being here with us, and we hope that you all can, if you didn't see it live, you can go back on the replay. And we promise that we are not going to take so long to do this again. But we've been doing things, y'all. We have. There's a reason we've not been around. So Nettie, really quickly, I want you to tell everybody what you, because Nettie was working on some stuff and things. You have.
Oh,
So she's got a lot of stuff going on. Nettie's like, girl, what I got going on? She's got a lot of stuff going on. So Nettie, you just started a really amazing. We talk about uplifting women and getting them into a right space. You just did something really great with a great group of women. And let our ladies know so that they can go and follow you if they're not. If you're on my pages, this is Nettie Jones. She's a psychotherapist and she is the girlfriend's therapist. As you see, it's very practical advice. It's truly just like having a conversation with your girlfriend. And sometimes you don't want it to feel so heavy and clinical, and I think that that's why a lot of people avoid therapy. So again, if you need to reach out to her for your situations, I won't call them issues, your situations, y'all know how to reach. But Nettie, what you got going on, girl?
So, you know, I ended the radio show in November 2018. Amazing journey. Almost 3 years.
That's crazy.
52 shows.
How did it happen? 3 years?
Almost 3 years. Almost 3 years. Yeah, so that was an amazing journey. Didn't know what God had in store for me next, but I knew it was something that was going to be amazing because if this was great, what's ahead? And so a couple of things. I've been really blessed to connect and collaborate with two other ladies. We're called the Winner's Circle. And Carla Lane, Wanda Adams, and myself have formed this group. And the Winner's Circle, where she always wins, is about, you know.
She is you, y'all.
That's right, she is you. And she always wins. And it's really a movement. It's about, you know, it's not the, you know, come see me or, you know, it is just about women connecting, understanding your power, finding your strength that's within, tapping into it. And the bottom line, what needs to happen so you can win her better, her being you. So whatever that is, and so excited about that. So check us out. Go to our website, thewinnercircle.com. Follow us on Facebook and also Instagram.
And you guys do live events?
And we do live events. We've got another event coming up in August, and we'll have a pop-up shop, and that's to be announced soon for May. And then we're looking at doing something in June. So we'll keep everybody posted. So we're excited about that. And then I just did a really great series with Cheryl Cruz.
Yes, y'all.
Helped develop the strategies. And April is Financial Awareness Month, and so she talked about getting your money right.
Get your money right, y'all.
Right.
Hello, because it's connected.
It is.
Oh, it's connected.
And then my friend Tara has been very, very instrumental in helping push this
Get it out, girl.
this book that I'm
Because
writing.
I need y'all to read it. Just,
Yeah.
and we're not releasing the title, but the title alone, like, y'all need to read it. And it's good stuff. It's like conversations like this, more of this.
So I'm excited about
And
it.
books.
So we've kind of it's been accelerated just a little bit. So,
Because I'm like, when the book comes?
I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
When that book is.
so yeah. So what are you doing? And what is She Dates Savvy? What's going on? What am I doing? I don't know. What am I doing? You got a lot.
I got a lot. I'm juggling, y'all. I'm juggling, but it's good. I have actually expanded my reach.
Yeah.
I've started doing webinars. So whereas I used to do my workshop live and in person,
Yeah.
it's great that it was only limited to Houston women or surrounding areas. And now the webinar is everyone. I have women in California. I have women in Georgia, Florida, all over. And it's just that wonderful touch. I'm working on what will be my second book / workbook. And I've been really working on her. Been working on her. So I have devoted and dedicated myself to working out, to eating right, and the scale is finally, thank you, Jesus. It is cooperating, and so I've been focusing on me. So as much as I tell clients and ladies, like, you gotta focus on this part. Like, don't just be a boss in your business. You gotta focus on the love, because it does take time and devotion. I've done the same thing with my health and my fitness and my wellness. And so I've taken my own advice and focusing on that, and I'm good. Like, I'm excited. So
Yeah. So a lot of women took a lot of the time that they spend on those relationships with themselves. So I tell people, can you put a pause on a relationship and then work on you?
This morning, because I just completed a business course. I graduated from my business courses today. Yeah, I'm so excited. And so my husband's over, he's like, I'm so proud of you. He said, because you are probably the person I know who is constantly working on bettering yourself. And I'm like, whoa, because again, for me, it's just part checking boxes and part, but when the outside person looks at it, so I'm just at this place where I'm like, we can have it all. Like, we got to work for it. So next Saturday, after 16 weeks of not being able to go to my spin class on a Saturday morning, I'll be at spin next Saturday because I got to get myself back. So it's truly taking everything else off your plate and devoting to you.
And I tell people you have to be the most important person.
Yeah, absolutely. So we thank you for joining us. Now, we're going to do this again.
We can sit down and get
We got to look at the calendar.
Look at our schedules.
Schedules. But I promise you it will not be another 6 months, because I bet you if I looked at the calendar that it is about 6 months. Oh, that's so embarrassing. Anyway, we thank you all so much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed the topic.
Let us know.
Let us know. Let us know what you want us to
Tell
talk
them
about.
how they can let us know and get their questions in the wine bottle.
You can send them either directly to myself at shedatesavvy@gmail.com, or you can send them to Nettie
at nettiejones.com.
Yes, and we will answer them live during our next discussion, which we promise will not be a long time from now. And then any topics, even if you go back through this episode and say, oh, I want them to talk more on this, let us know. We did this. We want to just invite you in. I know we can't all be together clinking glasses and drinking wine, but this truly is a journey that we want to have and do with you. So if you got something on your mind that you want to talk about. We want to hear about it. So thank you for joining us. And cheers. Raise our glasses to you girls.
Vino Amore.
There we go, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.